good feedback from the live stream that I did yesterday, so I'm deciding to do another one today. And what we're going to do is I'm going to do a quick market recap from Thursday. I'm going to give you my prediction on the markets for Friday. I've got 3 stocks that I'm going to go over real fast, and then we're going to talk about your stock picks. So what we're going to do is get into the recap from Thursday first, and then we'll get into my prediction. So let's do that. Taking a look at the markets on Thursday, we can see that they were down significantly. Now, what I really want to focus on, though, is this drop starting about right here. If we take a look at the drop that starts right here, what you're going to notice is all 3 major indexes went down at the same time, and they went down hard and fast. Why was that? Well, I kind of laid it out in the Discord. So I want to read to you what I sent people on the Discord. And it all had to do with the debt crisis that the United States is in right now. And it had to do with the government shutdown and all that stuff. So first of all, just again, market recap. The Dow just had its first losing quarter since March of 2020. So yeah, I got the red lights on. Okay, let's talk about what I told the Discord, and this will kind of explain what's going on and why the stock market tanked, even though the government shutdown was averted. So here's what's going on. The government spending bill that prevents a shutdown, that's the one that Congress and the Senate passed. It's important and it's good, but it's not the appropriations bill. It's very important. What's the difference? So the appropriations bill is the one that allows the Treasury to increase the debt limit so that the United States can go into more debt and we can continue to pay our bills. The spending bill is the one that prevents the government shutdown. Now, they didn't actually pass a full spending bill. They basically just said, let's just keep spending the amount that we agreed to, and we'll relook at it sometime in November. And so at this point, the government shutdown has basically just been delayed until November. So that's what's going on there. So because it's not the appropriations bill, the United States is still at a very real risk of default. Now, many people were hoping that Democrats would attach the appropriations bill to the spending bill, but they failed to do so. Okay, why? What's going on with that? So if you guys remember, the Senate is split 50-50, 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans. And in the Senate in the United States, in order for a bill to pass, we have to get a 60% majority, 60% vote. The problem is the 60% vote isn't going to happen because all the Democrats are saying, no, we're not going to agree to this at all. And so we can only get 50% of the votes in the Senate. So because of that, we can't go through the normal means. So there's a couple of different ways that the appropriations bill can kind of get slipped in. One is to attach it to another bill that was already going to get passed. One of those bills would have been the spending bill. Unfortunately, the Democrats failed to attach the appropriations bill to the spending bill. So now what has to happen is it has to go through a process called reconciliation. Reconciliation is when the Senate comes out and they agree on some bill with a 50-50 margin. It then goes to the House. The House has to agree on that exact version. And they kind of go back and forth before everything is completely agreed upon. And then once both sign, it goes to the president. He signs, we're good. The problem is that whole process of reconciliation takes a minimum of 15 days. Okay, here's the kicker. Janet Yellen, who's the Treasury Secretary in the United States, she said that we are going to run out of money on October 18th. So that means we have 18 days before we run out of money. So it's crazy. So the reconciliation process takes 15 days at a minimum. We have 18 days before we run out of money. It's really cutting it close. And so that is why the markets absolutely tanked today when the spending bill was passed, because everybody is like, wait a second. You just passed the spending bill without the appropriations bill. You didn't fix anything. You solved like this little tiny problem and you completely left the elephant in the room wide open. And so that's why the market's tanked, because the real problem, the debt crisis, the U.S. running out of money, not being able to pay its bills, a downgrade in the U.S. credit rating, all of that stuff, none of it's been fixed. We're still very much at risk of all of it. This is shaping up to be August 2011 all over again, where the stock market's tanked 10% in 2 weeks. And so it's just not looking good right now. So that's what happened. That's the market recap. That's why the market's tanked, even though the spending bill got passed. So I'm just going to pull up this comment here. How can they delay the shutdown if we run out of money on the 18th? So it's two different things, okay? One is a government spending bill, which basically is a set amount of money that the government has agreed that they're going to spend each quarter. And the other one is a debt. So basically, the Congress came out and they said, hey, we're going to spend X amount of dollars. So let's just say, just to make math easy, right? Let's just say they came out and say, we're going to spend $20,000 this quarter. We agree to spend $20,000 this quarter. The problem is, let's say GDP is only $19,000. So we got a $1,000 deficit. It's called a budget deficit. And that's what the United States is running at right now. So we can come out and we say, yeah, we're going to go ahead and spend $20,000 this quarter. But in reality, we're only going to make $19,000, so we got a $1,000 deficit. So we have to borrow $1,000 in order to spend that $20,000. So we passed a spending bill. We said, yeah, we're going to go ahead and spend this $20,000 next quarter. We're not going to shut down the government. But the Treasury's over here going, whoa, wait a second. How are we going to pay for this? We don't have the money. And unless we can borrow another $1,000, we're not going to be able to do it. So yes, you're absolutely right. They kind of delayed the shutdown, but not really, because we still run out of money on the 18th. So you're absolutely correct. It's a joke. The spending bill was kind of a joke. Just something could feel good, so Democrats can come out and say, there, look, we didn't shut down the government. Look at us. We're great. It's all political, just stance. But you're absolutely right. The real problem is we are going to run out of money, and that is why the stock market tanked. Okay, so what's next? Okay, my prediction for Friday. Red Friday. Rob, well, let's get into that. Let's talk about this, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the futures right now. And in order to pull up the futures, I actually need to pull up Thinkorswim, which is a TD Ameritrade. And the reason I'm pulling this up is because I can really clearly see the futures and talk about them. So the ES, this is the S&P 500, well, really the SPY futures. The YM is the Dow futures, and the NX is the NASDAQ futures. And so we can see that the S&P 500 futures are down 0.6%. The YM futures are down 0.64%. And the NASDAQ futures are down 0.61%. So across the board, we are down about 0.6% right now. Yeah, Red Friday. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be a Red Friday. Okay, let me go into a little bit more details because it's even worse than you think. Let me pull Webull back up for a second. I'm going to pull up the SPY. And I want to show you guys a little bit of technical analysis real fast. I'm going to zoom this in so you guys can see it, because this is really important for you guys to see and understand. All right, it's about as big as I can get it and still fit it on the screen. So when we're doing technical analysis, we have to look at some very key indicators, and those are the EMAs, the exponential moving averages, especially on the daily chart. So here's the problem. Once it closes below an EMA, it's a free fall to the next EMA. And we can see that in, well, take a look right here. So here's a good example, right? So we closed below the 10-day EMA, and the next day it was a free fall well below the 21-day EMA. All right. Then the next day we closed below the 21-day EMA. We actually did that twice, and then boom, falling down. Okay. Now look what happens. We closed below the 50-day EMA, and then wham, it fell all the way to the 100. All right, before recovering a little bit. Now look what happens today. Today we closed well below the 100-day EMA. We have a floor here at $412. And I'm just going to do a little bit of math on that from the closing price to the 200-day EMA. $3.8%, 3.9%. So almost a 4% drop. It is possible, at least intraday, it's possible that the SPY, the S&P 500, could drop 4% on Friday. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's possible based upon the technicals. I'm also looking at history and the fact that we dropped 10% in 2 weeks last time. It's not looking good, guys. It's looking really, really bad. So yeah, my prediction for Friday is a major red day. Let's pull up QQQ, and you're going to see something very similar. QQQ, keep in mind, is the NASDAQ ETF. Now this one, let me make this big so you can see it also. All right, same thing here. The 100-day EMA was at 358.56, and we closed 357.96, almost $1 below the 100-day EMA. We have a free fall to 339.15. Just do the math on that real fast, and we're looking at 357.96, 339.15, 357.96, 5.25%. It's a big drop. All right, guys, that's my prediction for Friday. All right, let me go over these three stocks real fast, and then we're going to go over your stock picks. So just hold the stocks you want to talk about for 1 second. I'm going to cover those in just a minute. I want to talk about these three that some other YouTubers talked about real fast, because the whole point of this channel is to give you guys recaps of other YouTubers. Let's do it. First of all, good old TTCF. This will be quick. Where's the thing? Okay, so on TTCF, I just want to let you guys know that basically this is Tattooed Chef. German with Financial Education put out a really in-depth, detailed video going over the fundamentals on TTCF. So if you're interested in the stock and you want to know more about the fundamentals of this company, where they're going, what's the future, all that stuff fundamentally, I would recommend you go watch the video on financial education. It's the first of his 3 channels. So that's that on that. The other one I want to talk about is VLTA. Yeah, this one dropped 23% today. But despite that, I've actually got good news. So this is Volta Charging. They're a manufacturer of EV charging stations, kind of like ChargePoint. Larry Jones actually bought more VLTA on Thursday, and he got it at $7.90. And he doubled his position. So why did it drop? Well, a big chunk of this was that the pipe lockup expired, And, well, what happened to LCID when the pipe lockup expired? Let's take a look. It tanked, and then it quickly rose back up. So back over to VLTA. We tanked. What do you think is going to happen? Well, most likely this is very quickly going to rise back up. Now, I'm not going to say it will happen, but that's why Larry Jones loaded up on VLTA today. So personally, I like the idea of buying either stocks or options on VLTA. It's already up 3% after hours. I think this is going to recover back up to about $10 or $11 very quickly, possibly even 13 or 14. So just keep your eye on that one. This might be a good swing trade for either stocks with about a 20% upside or options with possibly 100% upside, depending upon which option you get. And the last stock I want to talk about is AMC. Okay, yeah. So, kind of happy and kind of pissed. So, here's what's going on with AMC. Gosh, where do I even start? So, first of all, why did AMC rise when the whole market tanked? Okay, if you guys remember, I've had a couple of past videos where I've talked about how the stocks that are heavily shorted could rise when the market goes down. And it all has to do with the way hedge funds work. So hedge funds do, to the best of their ability, a delta neutral position on the stocks that they trade. Here's what that means. What they'll do is they will do a stock where they'll go long on one stock and then they'll go short on a comparable stock. So in this case, they went short in AMC and then they're going to go long on some other stock. As the stock market tanks, the hedge funds start to get margin called on their long positions. And in order to cover those margin calls, they have to sell some of their shares. Well, if they sell their shares, they're no longer delta neutral. So in order to remain delta neutral, if they sell, say, 10% of their long position, they then have to go into a stock like AMC and they have to cover 10% of their short position in order to keep the amount of dollars the same. And so what could happen is the stock market absolutely crashes is we could get AMC and other heavily shorted stocks like TOBAF and many, many others, and BBIG and all the ones you guys are throwing out in the comments. These stocks could absolutely skyrocket as the market goes down. And so I think that's what we're seeing today on AMC is we're seeing shorts covering a little bit because their long positions went down. Now that was my guess. Let me pull up Fintel real fast and let's see on Fintel if this will tell me what actually happened here. There we go. And okay, we only go back 11 hours. No. Let's go to Ortex. Okay, if it's loaded, AMC. So yeah, so what I want you guys to focus on is this yellow line right here. The yellow line is utilization. That's basically how many shares have been borrowed. And as you can see, the utilization is going down. So as the stock market goes down, the long positions with the hedge funds are being sold and the short positions are being covered. And that's why you're seeing the utilization go down. on AMC. And that's why I think you're also seeing the stock price start to rise. Now, there's another theory on this as well. And the other theory is this. Okay, this is the part where I get kind of really angry. So I literally cannot explain this any better than Keenan Grace did. So if you really want to know what's going on, go watch Keenan Grace's video that he uploaded Thursday. Keenan Grace did an amazing job explaining all this. But long story short, right before Robinhood decided to basically halt trading on GameStop and AMC and all these others. They basically made it so you could only close out your positions. You couldn't buy any. 2 days before they did that, they had some communication internally where they talked about the need to basically do some of this. The COO, Chief Operating Officer of Robinhood, sold all of his AMC shares, sent an email out to the insiders at Robinhood, and told them, I just sold all of my shares. You should probably do the same. Then, 2 days later, they do POC, which means you could only close out your positions. And of course, AMC tanked. Now, let me explain this, and I want to be very, very clear from somebody who has years of experience in investment banking, and I understand what's going on. Insider trading is defined as trading on material, non-public information. You do not have to work for the company or know somebody who works for the company or have some information that's only known to the company in order to do insider trading, okay? Senators can do insider trading. And in fact, we had a few that actually got recalled because of it last year. Insider trading just means that you're trading on material non-public information. Now, what does that mean? Non-public basically means it's not available to the public. It's only known to a select group of individuals. Material means if the information were known, it could have a massive action on the stock price. It could either cause the stock price to go up a lot or down a lot. So the fact that Robinhood COO knew that they were about to set AMC to POC, which means you can only close out your shares, he knew that this was going to tank AMC. It's material information. And it's non-public because it was only known to Robinhood and Citadel. They did let Citadel know about it as well. It was only known to Robinhood and Citadel prior to it actually happening. Robinhood COO let his people know about it 2 days before they actually did it. They sold all of their shares. He sold his shares on material information. That is, he knew it was going to tank the price. And it was non-public because nobody else knew about it outside of Robinhood. That is the definition of insider trading. Oh, and one more thing. They notified Citadel an hour before they actually did it. So Citadel knew about it an hour beforehand too. Here's the thing, guys. Robinhood and Citadel, they are scared crapless right now. They are in serious CYA mode. Now, there's a lot of people in the chat right now that are not Americans. You don't know what CYA means. Would somebody please in the comments tell people what CYA means? If you look at the stuff that's going out on Twitter and the official press releases and what's going on this lawsuit, basically Robinhood is trying to distance themselves from the COO. They're trying to say, oh, the COO acted on its own. We had nothing to do with this. Yeah. They know that it's about to hit the fan, and they are trying to distance themselves so they don't destroy the entire company. And Citadel is doing the same. if you look at what, yes, CYA, that's right, CYA. Citadel's trying to do the same, and yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Citadel did not tweet since January of this year. They were tweeting, and all of a sudden they lose billions of dollars. Like, oh, they stopped tweeting. And then just a few days ago, with this major lawsuit and all this stuff coming out, wham, they start tweeting, and it's CYA. They're just trying to save themselves. But guys, it's bad. It's really bad. This is stuff people should be going to jail for. The reality is, we all know nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen outside of some bad PR. Anyway, that's my rant on AMC. I'm done. Let's get into your stock picks. You guys go ahead and put in the comments what you guys want to talk about. I'm going to let my blood stop boiling. All right, one more thing while I let you guys talk about that. I want to go over some really, really cool things. Just a few testimonials today. Let me... Where were the testimonials? Okay. $645 profit. This is DLTR puts. 300% profit. Woo! Beautiful. Oh gosh, DLTR, guys. Ugh, I'm so frustrated on that one. So I got faked out in the morning, and I sold DLTR for like $1,000 profit. Okay, not complaining at all. But had I held for one more hour, I would have made an $8,000 profit. Guys, I left $8,000 on the table. I am so frustrated about that. But, you know, I put this in the Discord. I'm like, I am a much better analyst than I am a trader. Because when I'm analyzing, I can be totally objective and just lay out facts. And when I'm trading, like, my emotions get involved and I just make all kinds of mistakes. So, yeah. It was crazy. I mean, I'm happy I made money, but still kind of frustrated. Okay, let's go to the testimonials over here, because there were some more pretty cool ones. Let's see. Okay, so this guy was up 138% on DLTR. Later, he was up 333% on DLTR. $333, I'm sorry. It's amazing. This guy was up 100% on M. That wasn't mine. That was a guy named the Darrells. He called it out. My DLTR was up 94% on that. Just beautiful, beautiful. And looks like people made 25% on Sony, 20% on PLTR. What else? This guy watched my video yesterday. He bought SQQQ calls, and he made a 57% profit. It's awesome. This guy did QQQ puts, made 140% profit. Guys, I'm telling you, it's been a day full of profits. It was awesome. It was awesome. All right, I gotta throw a few shout outs here real fast. First of all, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Zai or Z Butterfly. Thank you so much for the super chat, the $5. I really, really appreciate it. You just bring a big smile to my face this late at night. I really appreciate it. Yeah, for me, it's really late at night. I'm about to go to bed. And then EH, another $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I can't show the little symbol, but hey, classic mic drop. Appreciate you. Really, really appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Love you guys so much. Okay, let's look at a couple of your stocks that you guys wanted to talk about. Okay. Everybody's been asking about this. Let's go in here. I apologize, guys. I have been avoiding talking about this one because there's just, I can't predict it. It's just going crazy. This popped up on my radar after I saw the volume spikes last week. Oh, I can't even do it. Let me get the EMA off here. So this popped up on my radar over here when I saw the volume spikes. But a lot of times when you get to this really overbought situation, it just tanks and goes back down. So I didn't really think much of it. I thought I was too late to the party, and I thought that if I talked about it, I was going to predict it was going down. I didn't know what to say. So the reason I didn't talk about this one is I couldn't analyze it. It just kept going up, even though it was overbought. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. So I apologize for not talking about this one, but I literally couldn't analyze it. I'm just speechless. I mean, this thing is a beast. What has this gone up? 0.33. What is this thing up? It went from 382 from 33. It's up 1,157%. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? I can't analyze that. Anyway, if you were in it, congratulations. That's all I got to say about that one. I'm sorry for not talking about it, but I just didn't know what to say. CEI, do you think they would switch the buy button off again? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing anymore. If they can get away with it, I'll put it to you that way. If they can get away with it, then yeah, I think they would. ATER is actually looking a little bearish now. It's not running up like it was. So this is looking a lot more bearish. Okay. What else we got? Yeah, CEI. Clean energy. What is clean energy? I don't know what you mean. Hey, put in the comments what you mean by clean energy. CLNE. Okay, there we go. CLNE. Clean energy fuels. I remember this. This thing ran way up back in the day. Yeah, this was one of those February, March run-ups, and one of the many stocks. I was like, this is overbought. Don't buy it. Everybody said I was an idiot, and then it tanked. What's going on with it right now? Neutral. Very, very neutral. Smack dab in the middle of all the EMAs. 50 on the RSI. 0 on the MACD. It's not doing anything. It's not going up or down. It's just trading flat. If you own shares, you might want to try making some money with covered calls. Maybe. But I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't trade it. I'd just get out and get into something else that's moving. Cut your losses sometimes, you know. What else? Whoa, Rob. Appreciate you so much, Rob. I love you, man. Thank you. Baby gift. Okay, let's do a little baby update for Rob. So, wife continues to do well. Baby is doing well. Basically, what's going on is there are some complications, but we think we can get the baby to full term. Full term will be 37 weeks. And so 37 weeks will occur October 20th. So right now we're just kind of hoping that we can make it to 37 weeks. And if we can, the baby will be born full term. We can bring him home. If it's born any earlier than that, he's got to go to NICU until he gets to 37 weeks because his lungs aren't fully developed yet. So the doctors don't really seem concerned. They think he'll do fine, either staying in mom or coming out, whatever has to happen. Ideally, he stays in, but if he has to come out, he'll just go to NICU, and within a few weeks, he'll be home. So that's what's going on, baby. No word yet. My wife is seeing the doctor like 2 to 3 times a week. And literally any day, the doctor could say, okay, it's getting bad enough, we're going to pull baby out. And so, I don't know. I don't know. We have no clue. Literally, the baby could come out anytime from today until October 20th. And every single day we go to the doctors, it's either come back in 2 days or go to the emergency room. So that's what's going on. But Rob, I really appreciate the baby gift. Thank you so much. We actually have more blankets we need to buy. So thank you so much for that. Oh man, this is thank you so much. $5. Okay, I can't see it, but we got a description of what you put up here. A video game controller hobbles along unhappily with a broken arm. Okay. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's do a few Chinese stocks real fast. BABA, BIDU. We'll just, I don't know. We can. They're all the same. I don't know what to say. These are all the same. So, BABA, tanking. PE ratio 15 on a tech company that's like Amazon. I mean, this thing should be $300. Literally, this thing should be $300. NIO. This thing should be much higher than it is. I mean, I could go on. I could just throw Chinese stocks out here all day long. Shoot, HLLPF, same thing, right? These are all the same. They're all just absolutely being crushed by the Chinese government right now. I'm not buying any Chinese stocks. I have a few I'm holding. I'm holding a little bit of NIO. I'm holding a little bit of HLLPF, and that's about it. I'm not touching anything else because, quite frankly, I don't know what the Chinese government's going to do. They have been absolutely destroying these stocks. They have been destroying their economy. Goldman Sachs just came out today, and they think the Chinese economy is going to have zero growth. And I can't remember if that's next quarter or next year, but it's looking really, really bad in China. So not only are these getting pushed down by the Chinese government right now, but then on top of that, the whole Chinese economy is falling apart. The Evergrande situation is looking really bad. China's not going to bail them out. They're going to let them fail. That is going to have huge implications for the Chinese economy. And you think the United States is bad right now? China is 10 times worse. I'm not touching any Chinese stocks right now. Not going anywhere close to it. No. Let's see what else we got. All right, let's take a look at this one. I got to pull up the OTC symbol since I'm here in the US. It's going to be TOBAF. They continue to be great fundamentally. I think they're just dropping with the overall market right now. I really do. I just think this one's dropping with the overall market. Yeah, I'm not concerned about it at all. In fact, honestly, if you look at the EMAs, they're pretty much right where the market's at. Like, this is doing exactly what the market's doing. This sucker closed just below the 100-day EMA. That's exactly what SPY did. So it's literally just following the overall market right now. So no concerns there. Okay, Stock Pirate News, go ahead and watch the replay once we're done here. I covered that in the beginning of the video. Everybody, for those of you guys who came in late, if you did not see the market recap and my prediction for Friday, go watch the beginning of this video once we're ready for the replay. What else we guys? Okay, Ford. Let's talk about Ford. I got a couple of you guys asking about that. Ford is up. Yeah. So if you guys don't know, I covered this in a video a couple days ago. Ford just committed to building a brand new plant for their F-150 electric pickup truck. And that's so that they can expand and be able to produce a ton of these electric F-150s. So that's why that shot up, because they're expanding their production capacity. Rob, I appreciate your prayers. Thank you so much. Rich, I appreciate your prayers. Thank you so much. Aquarius, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for your prayers. I really, really appreciate it. Volta, VLTA. Again, Chris, go back and watch the earlier part of this video. I've already covered that one. Let's see what else we got. Oh, thank you so much, Aquarius Stocks. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. We're going to be able to go and get the last of the stuff for the baby. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. A couple of you guys have asked about CHPT. Let's run it real fast. Charge point. So, okay. Charge point started to run up at the beginning of this week because we thought the infrastructure bill was going to get passed. They delayed the passage of the infrastructure bill to Thursday, and of course it did not happen. So without an infrastructure bill, this thing just tanks. It did hit support right here. So you guys can kind of see that. It bounced right off the support line that I drew like a long time ago. It's going all the way back to these levels right here. Right now, it's very bearish. This is a falling knife. And personally, I would not touch this one yet. I would wait. I do want to buy CHPT. My calls are not looking good. But if the infrastructure bill goes through, then my calls should do just fine. But I'm certainly not adding on. That's for sure. Oh, wow. Rich, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. You know, it's my pleasure. I just love teaching you guys. It brings me so much joy when I get all these testimonials on Twitter and the Discord and Facebook about all the money you guys are making. You guys just warm my heart. I love you guys so much. You're amazing. CEI, I covered that earlier. Go ahead and watch the replay when this is over. What else? AMC, I covered that earlier. Go watch the replay. Guys, we got about 15 minutes, and I'm going to cut this off so I can get to bed. What else are you all talking about? Yeah, okay. I covered SoFi, I think, yesterday or the day before. Go watch one of the prayer videos on that. Nothing has changed. PLTR is a popular one. Let's go ahead and do this one. Okay, so I can't remember why this tanked. I think, if I remember correctly, a large institution had a massive sell of it on this day right here. And after that, it looks like it just continued going down. So, as it ran up, somebody took profits and down it goes. I don't know what to say. Had this not happened, I think we would have bounced off of this and just kept going up. That's really unfortunate. Um, this is a great swing trading stock. There are very, very few stocks on the market right now that make good swing trades, but PLTR is one of them. It's a great long-term hold. It's a great swing trade. So if I were going to play this, I would wait for it to get right here, right down to $21. And when it hits $21, I would load up. And then when it gets back up to $27, I would sell. That's how I would play this. So if you're in this and you're holding, just keep holding. I think it's a great long-term hold. If you're wanting to buy it, I would try to buy around $21 and try to sell at 27 and just swing it. So that's my thoughts on PLTR. Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, just my opinions. Go do your own research, make your own decisions, make your own money or lose your own money. It's all on you. I get it. You want me to talk about SENS? Okay, let's do it. Wow, looks great. Looks like it's going down with the overall market. Still waiting. This is a long-term hold stock for me. I'm waiting for that 365-day chip to get FDA approved, and that's not going to happen until next year at the earliest. So, when it comes to my long-term holds, I don't even look at them. Literally, I don't even look at them. I don't keep up with them because why would I? When you have a long-term hold, you have some sort of conviction on it fundamentally. And my general rule of thumb is I will review my long-term portfolios about once a month. And every month I just look at them. I might make 1 or 2 trades and that's it. But most of the time, I don't do any trades month to month in my long-term portfolios. They're a long-term hold. I just hold long-term. I don't care what it does day to day. I'm not selling this thing until I get the 365-day FDA approval. So I'll be holding this through next year. What else we got? All right, fine. We'll cover SoFi. Let's look at it. Got enough of you asking. Okay. I'm not really going to look at technicals because the whole market's going down right now. But let me go look at the news and just see if they have any update on their banking charter. What is this? Wall Street Bets. What you in the news for? Yeah. Talk to me about Wall Street Bets. Oh, you just think it's going to go up. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Any other real news? Let's see. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Avoid it. It's falling. What does this have to do with SoFi? Just talking about a competitor. Okay. Tell me, why is it trading lower today? SoFi announced a $750 million senior notes offering. Oh, brother. Unsecured notes. That's good. All right. So basically, they're selling bonds. That is not a share offering, so it's not going to dilute the shares, which is good, but it does add quite a bit of debt to the books. So basically, SoFi is about to go into a ton of debt. The thing is, it's kind of a neutral situation because they're going to go into a ton of debt. but then they're going to get a ton of cash, which they can then use to expand the company. So I'm not really concerned about the bonds. It doesn't look like the market's really all that concerned about it either. Clearly, it dropped it, but I mean, we're still holding 3 of our EMAs here. But we are starting to get pretty bearish. We got our MACD histogram dropping, RSI dropping, candles dropping. We're probably going to come back down to this $14.50 level, especially if the market continues to go down. But this is one that I'm pretty bullish on long term. Again, long term, I wouldn't worry about it short term. But if you are long term and you're looking to maybe dollar cost average in or open a position, I like anything in the $14 to $15 price range. I really like that range for buying this. All right. Oh, you're saying PLTR government contract might be lost. Okay. Not familiar with that, but thank you for the information. Guys, obviously, I can't keep up with every stock. I cover over 500 stocks on this channel. So if you guys know something that I don't, please just put it in the comments and share it with everybody else. Okay, a couple of you guys have asked about this one. MMAT. Let's do this. All right, I don't know anything about this company, so I'm going to assume this is a materials supplier. Again, I don't know anything about this. Let me just Google them real fast before I start opening my fat mouth here. Wow, there's like no news on this company. There's no information on this company. Who are they? Okay, what do you do? Yeah, they make highly functional materials. Okay, cool. So they're a materials manufacturer, clearly specialized materials for aerospace, things like that. Okay, so again, I know nothing about this company, so all I can really do is look at this technically. So from a technical point of view, we have the MACD, which is fairly neutral. It's almost right at 0. We have the RSI rising, which is bullish. We have the candles above all of the EMAs, which is bullish. I will just tell you that materials overall should do well with an infrastructure bill coming out. But if this is a specialized materials manufacturer, they may or may not. I don't know anything about the company. I'm sorry, but technically the chart looks bullish. Okay, let's see what else. I've already covered a lot of these. All right, got about 4 more minutes. We're gonna cut it off here. Oh my goodness, Rich, thank you so much. Let's see. Shipping container costs are through the roof and we have supply chain issues. Which retailers would you short? You know, I would say that these are a bit unrelated. I think any retailers that have been hit by supply chain issues, their stocks are already down, would be my guess. I'm just trying to think about this, logically. I mean, we've been dealing with supply chain issues for a year now. By this point, anybody that's been hit by it, their stock would have already dropped. Now, retail overall is kind of dropping. So just looking at classes of retailers. If the markets go down, if we get close to defaulting, especially if the U.S. has a credit rating that gets lowered, that could be really, really bad for the economy. I've also noticed in my decades of experience that when the Chinese economies start to fall apart, that tends to spread into Europe and eventually into the United States. So that could be bad for the economy sort of down the road, like into 2022. Certainly, we have all this inflation. The interest rates are going to be rising. That's going to be bad for the economy. Overall, it is looking like we're going to have some economic issues coming up. So I would go long on retail stocks that have low-priced products. Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, Walmart. I would stay away from retailers that are more higher end. Retailers like Nordstrom's or some of the other high-end retailers. I think Germany with Financial Education covered one a couple weeks ago, but I can't remember the name of it, that he was actually shorting. So that's what I would do. I would short the high-end, really expensive, wealthy retailers, because when wealthy people lose a ton of money in the stock market, they're probably going to be less likely to buy stuff. As their businesses get hit with a bad economy and higher interest rates, they're also going to be less likely to buy stuff. So I think the retailers that cater to the more expensive upper end customers are the ones that are going to get hit the hardest. Hopefully that answered your question. And thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Oh, Rob. Thank you for the reminder, Rob. My deepest apologies for not getting that done by now. I've just been insanely busy. Let's see. We got about 2 minutes left. Let's see what we can do here. Let me skip through. I'm just skimming these real fast because we only got 2 minutes left. Let me just talk about overall market stuff real fast. I think we're done with the individual stock picks. Yeah, Snoop, go back and watch the very beginning of this video once the replay's up. I covered that at the beginning. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And okay, just going to cover a few things real fast for you guys so we can finish this off. First of all, if you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Real Scott Curry. That's facebook.com/Real Scott Curry and twitter.com/Real Scott Curry. And for those of you guys who don't know, the YouTube channel is youtube.com/Stock Curry. If you guys want to join a free group where we talk about stocks all day long and get advice, this is really good if you're a long-term hold and you're just looking for some long-term ideas. It's the We Profit Day and Night Facebook group. That's facebook.com/groups/We Profit Day and Night. Please make sure you answer both questions. I need you to answer both questions in order to get approved. Otherwise, it's going to reject you. If you guys are looking for more day trades and options, then I definitely recommend Lucrum Investing. It's a Discord that I've partnered with, and it's scottcurry.me/Discord. If you guys want resources such as the Ortex or Tip Ranks or what else do I use? Any of the stuff you guys saw me use today, I've got on my resources page. What's not in there will be on my promotions page, like, you know, free stocks with Webull and discounts on a lot of stuff. As the market continues to go down, remember you can go long on SPXU and SQQQ, and you can also go long on UVXY and VXX. All right, guys, I want to remind you to please hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you on Monday.